Hi there, it's Nicole for Lawn Fawn, and today I am sharing some adorable gift card holders featuring the brand new for Valentine's Day 2018. This is part of the new Valentine's release. The Woodland Critter Huggers, which make 4 adorable different critters, and the Stitched Gift Card Pocket, which is an add-on accessory if you want to make these gift card holders. So there's kind of a couple of different options. I'm going to use the gift card holders, but if you want to leave those off, you can attach these cute little guys to your cards, your scrapbook pages, little gift bags, tags, all kinds of things. And they can still hold something because their arms, when attached, you can slip a pencil or a little piece of candy or all kinds of different things inside their arms and it will hold on to them, making them a perfect little treat holder without the gift card holder option. But the little gift card holder perfectly folds and fits the back of each of the critters so easily. Now, I pre-die cut my components for these gift card holders simply to save time. There's quite a few little components. The set comes with the critter base and then all the accessories to make them into deer, squirrels or chipmunks, owls, or a little fox. You can kind of mix and match and create whatever you want. I'm only going to show the fox and the deer options. I actually started out by making 2 Valentine's options. These obviously were created for the Valentine's release, and so they would make fantastic Valentines. If you've got little ones who exchange Valentines at school, imagine how adorable these would be, created to give out to all of the classmates simply by maybe leaving that gift card pocket off. And they can just be holding a pencil or a little piece of candy inside their arms, and it makes a perfect little Valentine. Very cute, interactive. I think this would be a fun activity to do with your children. And you can create all kinds of cute little critters. I kept mine very, I want to say, kind of in the actual critter colors instead of going maybe with something more Valentine's Day-ish. Because I wanted to show off the new Cardstock Colors from Lawn Fawn. They have released 5 new Cardstock Colors, including canned pumpkin, vanilla malt, paper bag, chocolate bar, and ground coffee. And I think the ground coffee, which is the darkest brown, is the only one I didn't use here today, and I'm really not sure why. But I love the addition of all these neutrals. Lawn Fawn cardstocks, I've mentioned on my blog, I've mentioned before, my favorite cardstock colors. They are just phenomenal, and I love that they keep adding to the collection to fill in any missing holes. And definitely the biggest missing hole was the neutrals. Anytime you needed brown for tree trunks or other types of things that maybe needed a brown color, there wasn't any, and I always found that kind of discouraging, and I'm so excited to see all the different brown options. Paper bag, which is what the base of this reindeer was die cut from, is the perfect craft color. If you're looking for a great craft color in Lawn Fawn cardstocks, this is it. It is phenomenal. I just love it. It very much looks like a paper bag. The darker chocolate color or darker brown color I'm using is called Chocolate Bar, and definitely perfect. It looks like milk chocolate. I've used that for the inside earpieces as well as the antlers for the deer. There are several different nose and mouth options. I'm just going to use a solid chocolate nose here, no mouth. And then, of course, I went back to my old reliable favorite cardstock colors to do any accessories and fill in any of the little die cut pieces. So the eyes are die cut from black licorice cardstock. There are a couple different options for eyes, including this one, and then a little circle, which is fantastic. Then there are the little cheek pieces, which I've die cut from Ballet Slippers cardstock, and I will attach to the cheeks. You could leave these off if you wanted to. You definitely don't have to add all of the components just because they're there. It just gives you lots and lots of options for dressing up and making these as detailed as you want to. The little tail has layering pieces created from vanilla malt, which was also used for the tummy and the face of the deer, and then the paper bag for the tail. Just the little accent is from vanilla malt. The little red heart also comes in the Woodland Critter Huggers die collection, which I think is perfect as a conversation heart. I die cut that from some chili pepper cardstock, stamped one of the How You Been conversation heart greetings, the Be Mine, right to that with Versamark, heat embossed with white embossing powder. I'm just rubbing away any of that powder that I used, the anti-cling powder, and we're going to tuck that heart into the critter's hands. So I'm overlapping those, being careful to keep the glue so it just touches the hands. That way I can still slip something in the front. And I'll show you that here in a little bit. I'm just going to use a pin from my desk. I didn't really have anything on hand, no candy or anything that would work. So kind of imagine, if you will, a little thing of Smarties candies or a little chocolate or something like that, or even a pencil, I think would be super, super cute here. Now, once I have the front all decorated, and I did glue the pocket on the back, I added some glossy accents to the nose. I'm adding white detail, little dot detail to the cheeks, dressing it up. Once the glossy accents on the nose is completely dry, I will add a little highlight to the nose with my white pen as well. I did die cut this little heart from the Happy Mail die collection. It's the mailbox that was released, I believe, last year. And this little mailbox, it has a little heart in it. I just looked for a set that had the heart and added that to that back piece. Now the pocket is phenomenal. You might have noticed that stitched heart. The pocket comes with the pocket, of course, then the stitched heart that you can add to it or add to anything, whatever you want to do, as well as a little die cut greeting that reads hugs, which would be cute as well. Now the other option for the Valentines that I made is this adorable little fox, and this is the canned pumpkin cardstock, which is phenomenal, perfect for the fox. It's a great rich orange color, so imagine it for fall themed projects as well. This heart that I die cut is the smallest from the brand new Lacy Heart Stackables, so it's got that beautiful detailed edge to it. I stamped the Conversation Hearts greeting XOXO all over that. Of course, Happy Heart Day that's stamped on the back of each of these pockets, also from the Conversation Hearts die collection. And it makes the perfect little greeting. I think to and from stamped on the back would be cute as well if you wanted to do that. But I like to score those back pocket lines, and then I prefer score tape. It's really sticky. It fits. This is the 1/8 inch score tape. It just works fantastic for adding these little pockets to the critters and makes it so that they stick and stay put, which is really important. So before I add anything, I like to put the pocket on the back. I just flip it over, secure that little pocket, and even though this is sized perfectly for a gift card, you definitely don't have to add a gift card here if you don't want to. Consider a little note. You could use this to put a little piece of candy in instead if you don't want to put it in the front. I think there's lots and lots of different things you could do with this. If you're a scrapbooker, that little pocket would be adorable, attached to scrapbook pages to keep little memorabilia and other things onto your page. Just lots and lots of ways to use this. I think you can use it with cards. Consider opening up a card and you have that stitched gift card holder inside holding a gift card. If you want to create a card rather than a more interactive element as these Woodland Critter Huggers are. Just whatever you want to do. I love the addition of all of these fantastic interactive type of dies that Lawn Fawn has in their collection now. Lots of great ways to add a gift to the actual project. Tails that coordinate with these critters, I really think just kind of make them the perfect little accent. They're so stinking cute. I just think they're really, really clever and fun. Again, I'm assembling this little guy pretty much like the examples. There is a little kind of guideline sheet that shows you what each of the little pieces are. So what are eyes? What are eye options? What are the nose and mouth options? The little mask. Oh, I forgot, there's a raccoon. You can make a raccoon from this die collection as well. I wanted to make the raccoon, but I'm out of all my light cardstock, gray cardstock, because I used it for a project for my son. And so since he used it all and I don't have it right at the moment and I'm waiting for my order, I decided not to make the raccoon, but you'll definitely be seeing a raccoon from me eventually because I think that's a really fun option. You can make the little stripes on the tail and everything. So just like the deer that I did, I'm going to tuck this heart in its hands, kind of slightly overlapping, and I repeatedly stamped the XOXO on this heart. It's a little bit bigger size, so I could get a little bit more on there, which I thought was fun. But I think these are really clever, fun ways to create Valentines. Whether you're a big kid or a little kid or a big kid. I know I would love getting one of these. I think they're just very, very cute. So here's how that gift card fits into that little pocket. It is a nice, snug fit, but look how it perfectly fits back behind there. So awesome. Here is just a pin from my desk so you have an idea. How cute is that holding on to something? Just love these little guys. Now I again went in and added detail to the cheeks with a white pin, highlights to the feet. All little things like this. Just kind of finishes it off. I added glossy accents to the nose and the eyes, but I needed to wait and let that dry completely. It gives them a fantastic glossy finish, a little bit raised design, but the gloss really shines and shows through with these critters' faces. And when it's dry, I'll add highlights to those areas as well with my white pin. Now, because yes, we're looking ahead to Valentine's Day, but I thought these would make fantastic Christmas gift card holders as well, especially the reindeer. I'm a little bit partial to the little reindeer because I think that's great for Christmas, of course. And I thought it would be fun to take some other dies from Lawn Fawn and dress these little guys up. So very, very much like the Valentines, I am going to add or assemble these just like that. In fact, I did a little bit different colorway. One is the paper bag base, and the other one is going to be a chocolate bar base, just kind of flip-flopping the dark and light brown colors. But everything is the same. The only difference is my greeting for the back pocket is going to be from the Tiny Tag Sayings stamp set. Stamped and embossed right there on the back. I moved the stitched heart instead of over in the bottom right corner into the center of the pocket. But otherwise, we're assembling these little guys just like before. I added a red nose to one of them. The other one will have a chocolate nose. Also used the different eye options, just gives them a different look. I'm using a jewel picker to pick up these little pieces and place them in the adhesive. In case you're wondering how I'm doing that, I find I get my fingers in the way. So a jewel picker, a quick stick tool, something that keeps your fingers out of the adhesive is really just invaluable when you're putting together something like this with a lot of little die cut pieces. I think it would be cute maybe. I would like to see if I could string the smallest little light bulb through his antlers, the die cut light bulbs from Lawn Fawn. Somehow. I think it might work better for a scrapbook page as a border with little reindeer. I really think this would be cute. I did not have time to execute this. Maybe I can get to it eventually, but I would like to do all of the reindeer across the bottom of a scrapbook page layout and just kind of play with it and see what I could create there. I think these would be really, really cute used like that. Now, once I have this little guy assembled, I am a huge fan of the mini wreath that Lawn Fawn released this year. The large wreath as well, both of them. They're fantastic. They work with so many different things. And I thought it would be cute to have this little guy holding the wreath in his hands. So I just want to make sure I hide the adhesive and still allow for something to be placed in his arms if I want to. I don't want it secured to the base. You definitely could. If you don't plan on ever using this so that you can put something inside, don't worry about that adhesive at all. Here's the little bow for the mini wreath. I did leave off all the little red berries. I just didn't think I needed it. And I went ahead and secured that. Here is the other option. This guy is going to be holding a little Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is from the Scalloped treat box. This is the Christmas version of that. So lots of components that fit the scallop treat box. But I like to look at my dies and think how I can use them outside of their intended use. And the tree in this, there's actually two different trees, which would be great for scene building. But the bigger of the two trees and the star are sized perfectly for this little guy to be holding in his arms. So again, he's going to be holding a Christmas tree. I really like when they're holding something. And so I really went through my dies looking for things that they could hold on to. The wreath was kind of my no-brainer. I knew immediately I wanted to use that. And when I thought, what do I want my other guy to be holding? I looked through them and I saw this tree and it was just perfect. So I love how that turned out. The green, I guess I should mention, is the Noble Fir cardstock, and yellow is Sunflower. Now, before I ever got to making my Christmas critters here, I knew that I wanted to try to use the stocking cap from the NARWHAL and Friends, which was released a couple years ago, and die cut that stocking cap and put it on his head because I thought that would really be a fun touch. And it just adds a great little Christmas decorative element. And again, more use out of your dies, mixing and matching and seeing what all you can create with supplies you might already have on hand, combining old and new. I've said it over and over, but it really is my favorite thing to do, is to find new uses for older product, to keep them relevant, to keep it fresh and fun, and to get that use out of supplies that we have already purchased, that we already have on hand. Now, to go take it up a little notch, I guess, or whatever, I decided to take a snow pin and I'm just adding it to the brim of the hat and the pom-pom. And if you've ever used this before, when you heat it, it puffs up. So it gives it an awesome texture. So you can kind of see it pop up there. So much fun, and it really adds a lot to his little stocking cap. I'm going to finish with glossy accents for the nose again, just popping an air bubble that I see. And then we're going to put glossy accents on the star, so it has a nice glossy finish when it dries, and take Nouveau Crystal Drops in Autumn Red and add some little ornaments to the tree. I decided just to stick to one color. I was afraid if I tried to use too many different colors, it would look a little messy maybe. I even thought it would be cute to add brown to the tree trunk, but I kind of forgot about it until I got to the editing part of this video. So I may still go back and add some brown to that just to kind of finish it off. But the red little ornaments really dress that up and perfectly finish off these adorable gift card holders. So here's a look again at my two Christmas ones. Some of the glossy accents is still wet there, so kind of ignore that part. And then, of course, my two Valentines. And so much fun. Thanks for joining me today for this video featuring the new Woodland Critter Huggers and Stitched Gift Card Pocket Dies from Lawn Fawn. The supplies I used are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more videos featuring Lawn Fawn that you might be interested in. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.